All right, folks, if everybody could go ahead and get seated, we're going to get started. I appreciate everybody being here today. Jason. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Welcome to the official ribbon cutting for the City of Frederick Police Department headquarters. My name is Alan Etzler. I'm with the Office of the Mayor. I've lived in Frederick my whole life, and every day is a great day to be in Frederick, but today is a especially big day for all of us, and so I want to thank you all for being here to celebrate this milestone. If you're here, you know that today is a long time coming, and it took years of planning and collaboration and investment, and none of this would be possible without the critical partnerships and support from every level of government and from our community. Those partners are in the room today, and I'll try to make sure that I recognize everyone. If I miss anyone, please feel free to correct me. From the City of Frederick, we're joined by Mayor Michael O'Connor, Council Vice President Derek Shackelford, Council members Kelly Russell and Donica Zemchak. From Frederick County, our County Executive Jessica Fitzwater is here with us today, as well as our County Council President Brad Young. And Council Member Keegan Ayer just arrived. Thank you, I apologize. And District 5, Council Member Mason Carter. Thank you for being here. From the state of Maryland, our District 3 Senator Karen Lewis Young is here with us today. We're very excited to have her, as well as Delegates Ken Kerr and Delegate Karen Simpson. Also, from District 4, our Senator Bill Folden is here, former FPD officer as well, so thank you for being here. From our federal delegation, we're joined by Congresswoman April McLean Delaney's Chief of Staff, Sonny Holding, as well as Robin Summerfield of Senator Chris Van Hollen's office. Some of these partners are people that you're going to be hearing from shortly. But before we begin, we do have a quick couple logistical notes to help guide our time that we're going to be spending together. First floor bathrooms are open. Please stick to the bathrooms on the first floor. There are bathrooms in the back of this room. There are bathrooms in the lobby if you turn left, and bathrooms in the secured corridor on the first floor. Following the speaking program, we're going to head outside for the ceremonial ribbon cutting. It looks like the weather is going to cooperate, so that's great. And after that, our elected officials are invited to join a guided tour of the new headquarters, where they can also peruse the building at their leisure. Members of the public will be able to begin self-guided tours at that time, and we will be open until 7 p.m., so plenty of time for you to see and experience the full building. There will also be officers on every single floor. They're generally available to you to answer questions, talk about their role, interact with you all, so please take advantage of that and get to know some of your FPD officers as well. And if you did not already receive them as you came into the building, there were some sheets that outline some points of interest of the building and kind of help you decide which floors you're going to start on. We do recommend starting on the 4th floor and working your way down. With that, I'm honored to introduce our first speaker, the Mayor of the City of Frederick, Mayor Michael O'Connor.
Thank you, Alan. I want to acknowledge Delaney Bluebaugh is here from Senator Angela Alsobrook's office. I don't want this to become an Academy Award acceptance speech, so Alan has done a good job of acknowledging some of the folks in the building, and I can look around and see so many fantastic community partners and others who the City of Frederick has the pleasure of working with every day, who, even if they didn't have a direct hand in the construction of this facility, those partnerships are incredibly important in getting to a day like today and making this possible. And we couldn't do it without you. That's our city team. If you're a city employee, can you raise your hand? We have individuals here, of course, from the Frederick Police Department. They might have raised their hands when city employees were asked to raise their hands, but specifically our Frederick Police Department employees. Some of those you will see on the tour as you go through the building. And of course, our partners in county government and in state government and at the federal level. The businesses and the contractors who helped to bring this project to life, and of course, the residents of the city of Frederick, the reason why we do everything that we do every day in our community. You are who we're here to support and whose trust allows us to continue to move the city forward. This building, as Alan said, represents years of work, not just in construction, but in the planning and the partnerships and making sure that we're meeting the needs of our community. It's an investment in public safety, of course, but it's also an investment in the people and the values that make Frederick such a special place. So I formally want to welcome you on behalf of the city of Frederick to the new Frederick Police Department headquarters. We're proud of this space, and we're more proud of what it represents for the future of our city. In 2021, I asked the Board of Aldermen to support purchasing this building and the lot next door to allow us to move forward with this long overdue investment in public safety. That choice came at a defining moment. Let's take you back a little bit. Less than a year after communities all across this country were confronting the realities of police violence, public distrust, and deep divisions. Many cities responded by pulling back and reevaluating their relationship with their law enforcement communities. Here in Frederick, we took a different approach. We reached out to the community. We worked to build partnerships, to strengthen partnerships that had already been in place in our community, and we made a decision at that time to invest, not because those national conversations weren't important, but because we had spent years building an department grounded in community relationships, accountability, and transparency. We listened to our residents, and we acted with the understanding that effective public safety requires trust, modern resources, and steady leadership. That decision had strong support from the community at that time and still does today, and I believe it's one of the most important and impactful choices that we are making for this city today and into our future. The fact that we're standing here today reflects a commitment to doing the hard work of building trust, improving public safety, and preparing Frederick for the future. It also sets new standards for how we invest public dollars. The work happening here extends far beyond the walls of this headquarters. It's an investment in people and businesses that will drive our city forward. From the beginning, we made it clear that major projects like this reflect the diversity, talent, and potential of our community, and that everyone had a seat at the table. And that's why this was one of the first significant efforts undertaken by the city's Minority and Women-Owned Business Enterprise program. The program doesn't just target spending on a spreadsheet. It's meant to remove barriers and create pathways to success and make sure that the economic impact of a project stays as close to home as we can possibly make it. And I'm proud to share that this project was awarded more than $7.4 million to minority and women-owned businesses, many of them right here in our own community. And that's not just a statistic. It's a signal of who we are and what we value. It shows commitment to growing an economy that works for everyone and makes sure that projects directly support the people who call this community home. I want to give special thanks to Waynesboro Construction, the general contractor, Becker Morgan Public Safety Architects, and Profit and Associates for their work in supporting this endeavor and building such an incredible facility worthy of the employees that will occupy it every day as we move forward. This project represents a major investment in our economy. It reflects our responsibility to lead with transparency and accountability and to respect every part of our community. It cannot go unnoticed that this new police headquarters stands directly across the street from the future home of Frederick's Black History Museum, led by the African American Resources and Cultural Heritage Society. That proximity has to be significant. That museum will honor the stories and achievements and experiences of Black residents and our history. It will also create a space to acknowledge and confront the complex relationship that has always existed between law enforcement and Black communities, not just in Frederick, but all across our country. And having these institutions side by side reflects the work we are doing to strengthen trust, build understanding, and serve every resident of our city. That work is ongoing, and it requires more than buildings. It requires an ongoing commitment to relationships, accountability, and listening. And I want to acknowledge the space specifically that we are in right now, because this space was built with great intention. When we envisioned a police headquarters, one of the things that we talked about was how to make sure that that building was not separated from the community. And so as a part of this project, we have constructed this community space, a place where we will be able to welcome in Frederick to work side by side with our police department and to help do what Frederick does every day, which is build a better community for everyone who lives here. So thank you to everyone, our residents, our community partners, our city team, our county, the state, federal leaders, for your support, your hard work, and your belief in this city. I, of course, encourage you all to stay and take the tour. Some of you may have seen when it was in its larval stage. It's a beautiful butterfly today, and will be even more beautiful in a couple of weeks when we get all the final technical pieces in place to allow our department to move into this space full time. We want a space that serves both our department and this community. Thank you for being here and for being a part of this important day for the city of Frederick. And now I'm honored to introduce our Chief of Police, Jason Lando.
Thank you and welcome. Today marks an exciting and important milestone for the city of Frederick as we celebrate the grand opening of the new and very much anticipated Frederick Police Headquarters. For those of you who are not aware, we are currently spread across about 25,000 square feet in offices under a parking garage, in part of a courthouse, which is about half the size of what our agency currently needs today to operate. 4 years ago, when our leadership team first set foot in this space here, we knew we found our new home. This new headquarters is 67,000 square feet and includes an in-house dispatch center, an emergency operations center, a state-of-the-art crime lab, and an amazing space that will allow us to host community events, the space you're in now, as the mayor said. This modern facility represents a major step forward in our ability to serve and protect this growing community. And it provides the space and infrastructure needed to support the future expansion of the Frederick Police Department as our city expands. I would like to thank Mayor O'Connor and the Frederick City Council for their support of the Frederick Police Department and of this vital project. Our appreciation also goes out to our Frederick County Executive, County Council, our state and our federal delegations, our public safety and community partners, but most importantly, our residents. Your collaboration, your support, and trust have made this long overdue achievement possible. To Kevin, Carrie, Paul, and the entire design team, thank you for your hard work and your partnership on this amazing project. The new police headquarters is a symbol of our shared commitment to a safe, strong, and thriving Frederick. Last but certainly not least, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to the dedicated Frederick police officers and professional staff for their outstanding work each and every day. Your commitment to safety, service, and integrity is the foundation of our community's well-being. This new headquarters would never have been possible if it wasn't for the exceptional way you take care of this community every single day. There's one last person that I need to acknowledge, and this wasn't originally in my remarks because I was going to do this separately, but I wanted to ask Captain Aaron Lapp, to come up here for a second. Sorry, I'm going to embarrass you. Captain Lapp was the lieutenant at the time that this project started. He's been promoted recently to captain, so he's one of our deputy chiefs now. And he agreed to take the lead as the project manager for this. And none of this today would be possible if it wasn't for Aaron's hard work. Aaron spent countless hours, early in the morning, late at night, making sure every single, from the type of carpet to the doorknobs to everything. Aaron worked with the design team very closely to make sure this project was completed. And so a lot of people have been coming up to me, thanking me, appreciating me. It is not me at all. It's this guy right here. This project would not have been possible without his hard work. So if we could just give Aaron a round of applause, I would appreciate it. He ran away really quickly. So anyways, I hope you all enjoy what you're about to see today. Thank you all for being here and for your support of the Frederick Police Department.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Chief Lando. I mentioned earlier that this project had support at every level of our government, and we're really honored to have support from our federal delegation here. One person I overlooked was Delaney Blueball. I don't know where she went, but she is in Senator Alsobrook's office as well. But we're also really pleased to welcome up Congresswoman Delaney's Chief of Staff, Sonny Holding, for a few words, and I can ask the mayor, city council members, and our chief of police to get up here for a photo for a certificate as well. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Just make sure this doesn't squeal here, so forgive me. Again, my name is Sonny Holding. I'm the Chief of Staff for Congresswoman April McLean Delaney. I also have the privilege of being the Deputy Chief of Staff, the former Deputy Chief of Staff for Congressman David Trone as well, who had a piece of this project as well. As I said, I'm thrilled to be here today with this ribbon cutting for the new police headquarters. This is a milestone for the city right here and for the people who work to keep this safe every day. Again, as I believe you just said right there, this is a long, long road of all levels of government working together, federal, state, and local. From my side right here on the federal side right there, I have to say thank you very much to our friend Chris Van Hollen, but also to two people who aren't with us anymore, Mr. Ben Cardin, represented by Robin Summerfield over here, as well as Mr. Trone. All of this put together money that came together to be able to make this happen through the American Rescue Plan, as well as CPS, or Community Project Funding, that helped us get this done. Also, obviously, I think you already recognized Robin here, but also Delaney as well. With Ms. Alsobrook's office, we are going to be continuing to fight to make sure that every piece of funding that this building needs from now into the future is going to be met and matched, and everything to make sure that you guys are taken care of from now into the future in your new home. But yes, without that, I don't think you need to hear from me anymore, because I think we have plenty of elected officials up here to exhaust you for a minute there. But I'd love to come up there if you don't mind, and I'd like to do a quick certificate and a quick photo op, and I'll let our friend Robin Summerfield go on next. So if you don't mind, Mr. Mayor. All right. You tell me where. You're the boss.
We'll go that way.
That's fine. Come on up here. Tell me where. You guys come in. That work? Mr. Mayor, you want to come up here?
Scoot a little more. I'm not in the background. Don't worry, I'm not getting in the background this time.
Well, good afternoon. It's wonderful to be here. My name is Robin Summerfield, and I do represent United States Senator Chris Van Hollen. I did previously represent United Senator Ben Cardin, so it's a pleasure and a privilege to be here. If I could take just one moment of personal privilege to recognize my friend Kim Dine, who's over here, who not only served this city but served the Congress. Ordinarily, I would speak off the cuff at an event like this, but my boss knew that I was going to be here today, and you may know that he's been working harder than I have over the weekend. I got an email from him last night, and he asked me to share his own words, so I'm pleased to do that. Good afternoon. I regret I couldn't join you in person, but I'm grateful for the chance to share a few words of support. First, I want to salute the men and women of the Frederick Police Department for your tireless work, day in and day out, to keep the people of Frederick safe. Second, I want to thank the leaders from all levels of government, from Mayor O'Connor to County Executive Fitzwater, to my colleagues on Fearless Federal Team Maryland, including Congresswoman McLean Delaney, for working together to support our communities. In 2021, I was proud to work with my colleagues to pass the American Rescue Plan, which made $900,000 of federal investment in this new headquarters possible. That investment and every dollar we put into your new headquarters will help support public safety for the community. By bringing together our police officers and the entire law enforcement team in one central location downtown, the Frederick Police Department will be more efficient, more accessible to the public, and better equipped than ever to fulfill its important mission. I'm proud of what we have achieved together, and I look forward to our continued partnership. To that end, my Regional Director, Robin Summerfield, is in attendance to join this celebration, and I look forward to his report back to me as we continue the work together to advance our common mission. Wishing you all an early, happy Independence Day. Thanks a lot.
Thank you to our federal delegation. We can't overlook how important the funding support from the American Rescue Plan Act was for this project. Next, I would like to bring up our City Council Vice President, Derek Shackelford. As you all know, the mayor hit on the investment that this City Council made 4 years ago to purchase this building and then to move forward. And that partnership and that support can't be overstated, and how important it was to be here today. So, Council Vice President Derek Shackelford.
With protocol already been established, we just want to, as we look around this room, we see a snippet of our community and the contributions and the partnerships and the relationships that have been established, and we're hoping they will still continue. This has been a long time coming, I'm sure, for some of you and for all of us. And so we are just thrilled today that our community has come to support and has also come to be a part of this this culmination and also celebration. And so on behalf of my colleagues, we were glad to support this project. It was a much deliberation, much conversation, much discussion, and so today is just a culmination of all those votes and those tireless works and advocates for persons who have supported this endeavor. Let me also say, Chief Lando, thank you for your professionalism along with the Frederick Police Department. A great community deserves a great police department with professionalism and also with contributions. Community policing is not just about those men and women who wear the uniform, but it's also about a community working together, struggling together so that we can live together in a safe, welcoming, and affirming community. Congratulations, Chief, and congratulations to the Frederick community.
Thank you, Council Vice President Shackelford, and thank you to our entire City Council for your continued support. We're also fortunate to have additional dedicated partners at the county level who have supported this project, but also who work with our public safety agencies every single day. And so to talk a little bit about that, I want to welcome up our County Executive, Jessica Fitzwater.
I'm going to ask my council member colleagues to join me up here too. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and I will be brief today, but I think it is important for us to continue to highlight the incredible partnership that happens in this community. All of us at the local, state, and federal level have a lot of opportunities to talk to folks in other jurisdictions about the level of partnership that happens in Frederick County, and this project is truly exemplifies how we come together and make sure that our community gets the resources that it needs and deserves to continue to move forward. I want to congratulate Mayor O'Connor and the Frederick City Council on this new project, because I know this has been in the works for a very, very long time, and it truly is exciting for our entire community. Congratulations, Chief Lando, to your entire team as well with the Frederick Police Department. All of you have worked tirelessly to keep this project on track and to make sure that it truly is a space worthy of our Frederick City police officers and their team as well as the community. community. This was already mentioned, but we work in coordination at the county level with the city every single day on public safety. As most of you know, we have an incredibly integrated dispatch system, 911 system, and all of our teams of first responders across the county, from Brunswick and Thurmont to the city of Frederick to the county sheriff's office to our fire and rescue folks and our volunteer corporations. We truly are a team making sure that we're putting the safety of our community first. And so it was a lot of coordination to make sure that all of the IT infrastructure that's necessary for that coordinated dispatch and 911 was ready for this space. And I want to thank all of the county and city staff that worked together to make sure that that infrastructure was going to be here and that this project could stay on track. This is a $34 million investment in a modern, state-of-the-art facility, which will meet the needs not only of the Frederick Police Department, but help them to better serve and protect the residents of the city of Frederick and all of our partners. We know that there is a lot of challenge in policing today, keeping our community safe while meeting residents where they are. And the Frederick Police Department meets this challenge daily with progressive policing strategies and an effective use of technology. And we know that's only going to increase with this new space and everything that this space will bring. We know that there is only a bright future ahead with all of the opportunities that this building brings. So thank you and congratulations to all of the many partners who played a part in making this project a reality and also for making today's events possible. And I know Council President Young also has a certificate. Did you want to say anything?
Just be really brief and say that being an old-time Frederick growing up here, I was actually at the police headquarters on North Market Street where I bought my first bicycle in the early 1970s. He used to have a sale. And in the early 1980s, I knew the mayor at that time pretty well. He lived in my house. And so I was at the headquarters openings of the one in the courthouse. So it's great now to be here in downtown Frederick still and see this wonderful facility. It was talked about, my son-in-law retired from Frederick Police Department a couple of years ago, and he was in that beautiful basement of the parking deck, and I'm sure he would have loved to work in this building. So I'll make sure I'll take him pictures. So congratulations.
Okay.
No, you didn't. Probably should.
Thank you, County Executive Fitzwater. We're very appreciative of your leadership and your partnership, and as well as the County Council with the City of Frederick. Finally, I would like to welcome our State Senator for District 3, Karen Lewis Young, to present a citation and offer some remarks on behalf of our entire state delegation. Thank you, Senator.
And I would like to invite the elected officials from the state to come up and join me, both delegates and senator, if you would. So a couple of people have mentioned already that this project goes back in time quite a bit. I can remember when I was an alderwoman, 2009 through 2013, and along with Alderman O'Connor and Russell, we had a lot of conversations about the need for a new police headquarters. And speaking of location importance, some of the other criteria that were mentioned were central in the city, highly visible to constituents, and near traffic arteries. I think all of those criteria have been met, in addition to the one that the mayor mentioned recently. At all levels of government, we tend to focus on slightly different policy issues. Federal, state, county, and municipal, there tends to be some differences in our policy territory. However, there are a few, like public safety, that crosses all levels of government, because public safety is so critical to our quality of life, the progress of our communities, and the well-being of all of our citizens. As long as I've been in the General Assembly, I've always bragged about Frederick, but in particular, our police force when we talk about police issues. I like to tell my colleagues what a professional, well-trained, and community-oriented police force Frederick has and has had as long as I've been aware. And in order to support that, they truly need the infrastructure and the resources to do that. So I'm so happy that we're finally celebrating that. And just to give you an example of bragging about our police and my support, I think my senator will acknowledge I even crossed party lines to vote for his amendment because it was supportive of the police. Could you say that's fair a little louder?
It's fair.
Thank you. So I have a citation congratulating you. What a lovely place, and so proud to see so many people in the community come together, standing room only, for such an important event.
That is not indicative.
No.
The senator actually minimized that she had the deciding vote in protecting law enforcement, just so you know.
Thank you. You're not done yet.
We don't bite.
No.
I caught alphabet, too.
Thank you to our state delegation members. As many of you probably know, the state of Maryland's going through some tough budget times, and District 3 and District 4 have done terrific work in bringing resources back to this community. So we're extremely appreciative of that support and the support of the Moore-Miller administration. At this point, this concludes our speaking program. In just a few moments, we'll move outside. It's going to take some patience with all the folks, but everybody is welcome for the cutting of the ribbon, and we hope everybody participates. After that, we'll take some ceremonial photos, and then our elected officials will begin their guided tour, and the rest of the public can begin their self-guided tours throughout the building. Again, if you haven't picked up a sheet yet, out on the table, there will be a sheet with some places of interest for you and how you might get to those. With that, let's go cut a ribbon.
Thank you, sir. So you have to go far at all. Go far at all, didn't you?
I used to see some of the kids coming there. I said, I know you better than this. Go
So
feel weird to read the military. Robin Summer.
I got a picture of the mayor. Great speech.
Nine people once somebody. The chief and the mayor don't court that most times they should. Oh yeah. Other than that, you don't want to hear from me.
I was just putting a bug in there about it.
I'm not doing it.
I'll take it.
Not doing it.
I need to be a dairy.
We just stand wherever we want. I'll take it. All right, I'm behind you.
Lando's gonna do it.
If you are one of our dignitaries or elected officials or representatives thereof, please come on down to the steps at this time.
Don't you move.
Hey, how are you? All right, I'll kind of move away from
I'll have everybody back.
Do you want me to not a special Italian ice? Ice.
Aaron, what's the rest of the committee?
Yeah, I figured. I'm glad why did Tom need to stand up with us? There he is. All right. You're right here.
We're missing the other members of the committee. So Kevin Meyer.
That's right. I don't know if they're going to make it.
I think he was in
They're probably waiting. A lot of them are waiting for spots.
All right, folks. If you guys please start to fill in behind our FPD command staff at the
want
top of the
everybody.
steps and along the sides here up front. If you guys want to take an opportunity to come on in, jump in the photo. Along the back, up on the top row.
But all of y'all right here don't move. We have long pictures. Nobody moves.
Whatever you say. Whatever you say. How are you doing today? That's a big deal.
Sorry.
I don't have my say up there. No, I'm going to get out of here.
Are you really showing him? Oh my God, I don't know.
Just stay there for a second. You are the way. Are you super happy for living? Yes, if you want to get the picture, go up here.
I love that. Fantastic.
What? Gave up on
Justin, can you get in the picture?
Justin. Right, you're definitely staying happy. Chief, yes.
These are like legit scissors.
Got everybody?
Senator Phone, you want to have a chat?
I'm good.
I love it.
Yes, thank you.
Chris Martin. All right, folks, here's what's going to happen. We're going to take a couple of pictures, all right? So we're going to pretend to cut the ribbon. Big smiles right now. We're going to take a few pictures of the pretend cutting in preparation. Don't cut. On the count of 3, we'll cut the ribbon. Couple pictures of that, and then everybody celebrate. Copy that? Yeah. Hold that ribbon nice and tight. Big smiles for the camera. Big smiles. Big smiles. Hold. Okay. Hold. We ready? 1, 2, 3.
Do not cut.
Don't cut it.
And nice and tight. Actually cut it now. On the count of 3.
You guys actually hold the ribbon?
Yep. There you go. Hold it nice and tight.
Thank you.
Everybody, 1, 2, 3.
Straight up, not bad.
Just stay right there for 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Can I get this area?
Hey, Chief, Robin makes a good point. Can I borrow those for the budget?
Hey, don't credit me with that.